The BBC, as we know it today, is under threat by the government and by people who do not understand how it functions and how it works, but also by other media corporations. Let's get right into it in today's video. If you didn't know already, the BBC is the UK's unbiased media source, and it's entirely funded by something called the licence fee. You can debate the bias all you want of the BBC, but it can all be summed up in there really isn't any bias. Presenters can have their own biases, but it is completely ridiculous that the whole BBC has bias fundamentally built into it, despite it being funded by everyone, so they have no reason to be biased. I find that very ill-informed that it is biased. And they did do a funny skit on it in a show called W1A about the management of the BBC, where someone declared it has fundamental West Country bias. And I've just found that really funny. I can't play a clip because copyright. The licence fee is one of the biggest criticisms of the BBC. However, despite what most people think, the BBC doesn't control the licence fee. It's actually controlled by the Department for Digital, Culture, Media and Sport. Oh god, that's a lengthy name. This misinformation is highlighted with the recent BBC scandal about over 70s licence fee payments, where many believed the BBC was scrapping the free licence fee for over 70s. However, it was actually the government. This was a deliberate move by the government to try and paint the BBC's public image in a bad light, so they could have an excuse to consider removing the licence fee. This is most likely because the BBC is one of the government's biggest criticisers, with its fair, unbiased articles compared to some other media corporations where they're mostly opinion hosts. And if you didn't know what an opinion host was, so you get a news channel, then you get a presenter, and you put a news logo in, but nothing has to be true because it's an opinion host. So that's what an opinion host is, isn't it, Piers? It's no secret that the BBC hasn't been doing well in recent years, but it is not as simple as you think. Unlike ITV, who are funded by adverts, the BBC is less motivated by viewers and ratings. This means the BBC produces more factually correct content, which may be less interesting to watch, but it also means it does not stretch out the stories for as long, which means people watch less by telling the truth, because it doesn't worry about adverts. That's why its ratings are so low. And furthermore, it does not include other things they do not put direct monetization on. Their YouTube channel, for example, gets millions of views. However, that's not counted in BBC statistics. It should be, and then it will be around 30 million viewers, which would show half the population is averagely watching the BBC, which just really breaks down a lot of the arguments. This effect is showcased in the BBC versus Sky News coverage of Ebola, where the BBC lowered public expectation and told an honest and informative story that because of the isolation on where the Ebola regions are and how easy it is to remove connections where the virus could have travelled, it means that it's less of an issue. It means they can tell more truthful stories. However, Sky News went on framing where they had a presenter standing behind a billboard which said international pandemic. And this was to keep the watch time and ratings up so more viewers would watch Sky News. It is all best summed up in a few points. The BBC isn't influenced by advertisers, so it doesn't need to stretch out and over-dramatise the stories. It's also able to be completely neutral in its broadcasting, which allows for a better public picture. Anyway, thank you and goodbye.